Well, the biggest fight in the sport for most of these lightweights and welterweights would be if Nate Diaz showed up in their bracket. But you got to do something for this man to sign on the dotted line. Fan base is all the rage as Nate Diaz returns here tonight.
Yeah, Nate Diaz is one of those guys that you just feel for. The emotion, the connection from seeing him as a young kid become the star that he is today, right? We have seen him on so many occasions elevate to a level that you didn't expect him to do. He's got great boxing, his cardio is amazing, and he has that really I don't give a expletive to him that allows for him to be the man. Nate Diaz is awesome.
Kind of makes you want to get a 209 tattoo.
You got one.
Nate Diaz has stepped into the octagon. This time he wants to leave with that championship belt. Well, for years, the UFC's welterweight division has been among the promotion's strongest, and that is certainly the case here as we get our look at the undisputed UFC welterweight champion as he gets ready to defend the title.
The welterweight champion of the world. He's a star. The guy is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and he carries himself in that manner. You can watch this guy from his approach to the media, to his appearances. He does everything right. He's the champ for a reason. It all boils down to who he is and how he approaches everything from the media to the fight camps.
And as commentators, we like heat, we like friction. We definitely have some of that on our welterweight championship matchup here tonight. Ian Machado Garry. All right, now let's get to our tail of the tape for this welterweight championship fight. All right, now for the intros, here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. It's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, presenting the challenger, Nate Diaz! And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the reigning, defending UFC welterweight champion of the world, the future, Ian Machado Garry!
The esteemed Mark Goddard, our referee for this one.
Let's go.
All right, here we go with the start of round 1, and all eyes are on the long-range weaponry of one Ian Machado Garry. He said to us in the fighter meeting on Thursday that his greatest asset is actually his cardiovascular base, and given this matchup, maybe we see a measured Ian Machado Garry early, trying to preserve some of that gas tank so that he can be the fresher man if we do get to the late rounds. Pocket presence and punches and pressure and pace is a lot of keys, but when you're fighting Nate Diaz, you better be prepared because he is coming and he is not stopping until the final hit. A lot of unique bodily movements out of Nate Diaz, and you know he's going to be a hard guy to outlast if this fight goes long.
And he's technical, John. He's got that wide boxing stance. He's constantly got that front shoulder popping and moving, feinting at you, letting you know that at any moment he can attack.
And of course, there was a beautiful left hand that got in there a moment ago. All right, early round 1 action here. The game plan, of course, was to come out aggressively, but the landing percentage leaves a lot to be desired.
Hasn't landed anything. He's gonna empty his gas tank trying to finish the fight when it's not working.
Oh, that Richard Perez boxing on full display as Nate Diaz lands the cross yet again.
You know, Nate Diaz's cross is long. We have seen him hurt some of the best fighters in the world with that.
Just over 2 minutes to go. Oh, slipping out of range beautifully. Nice footwork.
I mean, the footwork's on point. The shoulders are moving. The head's moving. Never on the center line. He is fighting a beautiful defensive fight tonight.
Big-time counter shot lands.
This man is a wonderful counter striker and does a tremendous job timing those return shots.
There's a left hand from Diaz. Just missed with the straight left hand.
Great instincts, Sean. Beautiful transition. This is not as dangerous as it used to be.
Looking for the sub here, DC. Hang on a second.
Arms and knees.
Submission defense on full display there.
He said that he was very aware of what this guy brought to the octagon and it showed in that defense.
All right, so that's the end of the round. Pretty significant damage done in that round. Cut on the cheek, sustained there from that strike. Now the cut man's got to get in there and close that thing up. Better to be below the eye than above it, sure. But nonetheless, this could be a factor now moving forward.
Ready, Joe? Ready.
Come on, all right, round two. All right, next round is now underway. DC, any major takeaways after the previous 5 minutes?
That both of these guys are very evenly matched. The matchmakers did a fantastic job.
You know, DC, you're usually pretty prophetic when it comes to these game plans and strategies. Are you surprised he hasn't even tried to take him down yet?
Yes, it's very surprising to watch a guy that has this type of wrestling chop not trying to attempt to get this fight to the ground.
Well, I'm no fighter, but if I rock a guy to that extent, I feel like I'm closing the show.
Absolutely. You got to go close the show if you get a guy hurt that bad. You cannot back off and take your time. He's right for the picking. Go and pick the fruit.
Well, you don't want to be too hard on this fighter, but his takedowns are outstanding. His submission skills are top-notch.
A phenomenal grappler. He needs to find a way to get this fight back to the floor.
Diaz's thigh really starting to show signs of bruising now. That is a deep shade of purple. Oh! Big shots exchanged in the pocket there. Well, prevailing narrative in this round, right, has been his defense. He's absorbing a lot of these shots with his arms.
Yeah, he's just blocking. Like, the guy has great defense. It's a brick wall. You're throwing shots, but he's constantly blocking, moving, making sure that you aren't scoring.
Oh, right hook attempt, no good. All right, so not exactly the approach we thought we would see out of this BJJ player. His ground game, you can argue, as good as anyone's in this division, yet he hasn't attempted a single takedown.
Has not even attempted a takedown. I would never have expected this, John. I don't understand what is going on in this fight.
Oh, my goodness. There's no way he blew it up. Pinpoint uppercut there.
That was nasty. He's got his opponent hurt real bad. Now he's got to go for the finish. Oh, man, he's hurt. Oh! This is a crazy high pace.
crowd's appreciating the action here. Both fighters getting knocked down in that round, and when you're talking about bonus money in a fight of the night, oftentimes you need that back-and-forth action. We certainly had it in that round.
It takes two to tango, and these two just danced all over the octagon floor. On their back, on their feet, they did a fantastic job of giving the fans a great show through this round.
You okay? Good. Let's go.
Round 3 of a possible 5. Well, an appreciative capacity crowd on its feet as this next round gets underway. That previous round, I mean, get the bonus checks ready. That was insane.
It's done. These guys are taking home the $50,000. They laid it all on the line. They dropped a quarter in the middle of the octagon, and they said, let's go. What a round. He did a great job of blocking that punch.
Well, now if you're the opponent, you really got to be careful as Diaz is able to find a home for that right hand yet again.
When Diaz starts landing the right hand, you have got to stay firm. You have got to dig your heels in the ground and say, no way you're going to just run me over. Easier said than done when you're facing Nathan Diaz.
Well, this fight's been pretty crazy thus far. Both guys doling out a lot of damage, and neither seems too bothered by it, but clearly both parties are hurt.
Both guys are hurt. Both guys are fighting beautifully. Both are showing a lot of heart right now in this fight. They're both doing...
All right, not trying to get ahead of myself, but perhaps the tide is starting to turn. He's starting to feel himself on the feet now.
Yeah, he's starting to feel himself. And that shot allowed for him to reset his mind. Like, okay, I can compete with this guy. Now he's got some respect. Let's see what he does with it.
Machado Garry is able to transition back to side control now. Oh, he's got the full mount. And now he's got the back. Machado Garry's in side control here. All right, he's got him in the north-south position now, DC. We'll see if the crowd can be mature about this.
Yes, they have to be mature about the fact that this is a real fighting position, and the guy on top has a lot of opportunities to finish. If he's going to attack this north-south choke, he's got to drive that shoulder deep into his neck, really start to sink his foot.
Big shots landed by him now.
Nice transition.
Machado Garry's in side control.
It's so important to get to that far side underhook. Whenever you got the half guard on one side, you got to try to find that far side underhook. You got to kill his underhook because that's what they use to get back to their feet.
Oh, what a moment there as they make their way back to the feet. Crowd may be drunk, but they're absolutely right.
Yeah, the crowd loves the stand-up fight. So all that grappling wasn't what they wanted to see. They're back up on their feet now, and they're popping for it. They're excited.
Hey, come on. Have a seat. Hey, that's a bad round. You got cut. Listen, protect yourself. Stay away from it.
All right, we now re-rack some of the highlights from the previous round, of which there were a lot.
You good? You good? Let's go to work.
Championship rounds are upon us. Nice feint there to the right by Diaz. Slips the punch. Machado Garry's eye does not look the way it did when he walked out here tonight. It looks like he's been cut.
Yeah, he got cut on the eye from that last strike. He's got to pay attention now before it gets worse.
Oh, nice job by Nate Diaz yet again to find a home for that left.
Yeah, he finds that left hand, John, and as we have spoken to time and time again, it does not look like he's throwing it hard, but he's so accurate and is hitting so well behind that slap right hand that when he lands the left, he can hurt anybody. That is Nate Diaz when he's at his best.
All right, well, you can still attack the thigh, right? We talk so much about calf kicks, but that's been a pretty effective weapon for him here tonight.
It's traditional. It's a traditional leg kick. Just throwing your hip, bang, whipping it into the thigh. Beautifully done by this fighter.
Just over 3 minutes to go now.
Nice shot there by the champ.
So a big... Oh, big diving punch.
This man is landing brutal ground and pound. Back and forth we go. These two guys are trading huge shots.
Feints with a right punch.
Oh!
Gets back to his feet. Under a minute now to go in the round.
Oh, he's still hurt. Look at that. He can't even stand.
Diaz gets back up. Remaining in round 4. Diaz is limping right now. Clearly that right leg is causing him problems. The last kick from his opponent appeared to do the most damage. Well, it's early, but that was one of the better rounds we have seen all year. Knockdowns on both sides. Mixed martial arts, folks.
Mixed martial arts is the most beautiful form of violence that you will ever see. And these two men put it on full display in that round.
Ready? Good? Let's
You
go.
know what it is? Round 5.
Has been exceeded, and once again he holds on to the UFC championship.
All right, to make this title fight official, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Honors called a stop to this contest at 16 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC welterweight champion of the world, the future, Machado Garry!
So there he is, the undisputed UFC welterweight champion, and you can make the argument that this was the best.